Hey guys, welcome to another Guy Stuff video. Today I've got a little bit of tech for you. Now I'm a big computer nerd, I'm into everything. I've got phones, tablets, laptops, desktops, you name it. I'm a professional wedding and commercial photographer by trade, so I am in dire need of good tech on the road, whether it's to use my phone as navigation or to look something up or answer emails or whatever. So having good communication in car is really important to me. And of course my wife likes to do her tech on the road too, so we got to hook her up. Now, I've been using stuff from this company called ProClip for years, and I'm a huge fan of their products. Basically, it's a two-part system. They offer various mounts for any vehicle out there, and in most cases, they offer more than one mounting location for each vehicle. So you pick where you want your device, and then you get to choose what kind of mount you want to use for your device. For example, we've both gone to iPhone 5s, so what I'm going to be doing here, I ordered two mounts here for iPhone 5s, and I've got a mount for her new car because she just got a new car, and I'm going to be updating the one in my car. So this is the two-part system. This is a special mount for a specific location in her car, which I'll show you in a bit, and then this is the cradle, or the actual mount for the phone. They have many different combinations of stuff, so you can pick and choose exactly what you want. This one happens to be for the iPhone 5 with no to small cases. They have another model if you have more clearance, and that'll work with larger cases like OtterBoxes and such. This model here also has a power adapter and has a slot for a power plug. So it will charge my phone. Now, if you just want a basic one, you don't need power, they've got that too. They actually have about a dozen different mounts just for the iPhone 5. This is their top-of-the-line package here. And so one of these is going to go in her car. I'm going to be updating the one in my car. And her other car, the mount went with it. But, for example, this is a mount for her dashboard. And I'll show you that in her car. You can see that all the actual mounts just have a plate. And then the actual cradles bolt to the plate. So if you do need to update in the future, if you change devices like we just did, you just have to change the cradle. The mount in the car stays the same. Saves you cost, really easy to update. And you can even have multiple devices. Like I said, they have, for most vehicles, more than one mounting location. For example, this one goes up on the dashboard to the right of the steering wheel. They also have one that goes to the left of the steering wheel. And in my car, I've got it actually down kind of next to the radio on the passenger side. They also have them that go near cup holders, down by shifter gates. It really depends on the vehicle. But you can have a phone, you can have a tablet, you can have a dedicated GPS nav system. You can have multiple devices in your car if you want to. So let's go ahead. I'll start with my car, and we'll update the mount, and I'll show you how easy it is just to swap it out. So what we have here is the previous mount I was using. This is for the iPhone 4, and it's actually made by TomTom. It's sold through ProClip, and it's specifically for their mounts. I loved every feature about this one except one. It did not work with any kind of case. Even a thick protector on the back was too much, and it wouldn't clearance out. But it's a great mount. It has a ratcheting pivot. It's got a ball joint on the back, so you can move it. Very firm, but easy to move. And then it has a couple of really cool built-in features. It's got an additional GPS antenna, so it works obviously with the TomTom app for increased accuracy. It is powered, so it plugs in to the phone itself. It's got a built-in dot connector, so it does power your phone. It has Bluetooth and a large speaker built into it with a separate volume control here, so you can use it not only as an additional speaker for the navigation voice, but you can use it for wireless talk. It doesn't make a day and night difference. It is louder than the phone itself, but it's not like a broadcast over the car or anything like that. So, if your car has built-in Bluetooth, that's by far the better way to go. But it was a great mount. Absolutely no squeaks or rattles or anything. It's held up absolutely perfectly for the years I've had it. But now, gone to the iPhone 5, and obviously everything's different about this, totally different dot connector. TomTom is supposedly coming out with another mount or another unit for the iPhone 5, but they're a couple months out at least and coming to market. I don't know if they're having licensing issues with the lightning cable or what. So far, barely any third-party products are out with a lightning connector for the new phone, so we'll have to make do. And even this case here from ProClip, you have to buy an additional cable, which was no big deal. I got this for under $5 off of eBay. You can get these, third-party lightning cables now absolutely dirt cheap, so you don't have to spend the $20 from Apple and get ripped off. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we get here in the ProClip mount. Nice easy packaging. Inside we have, looks like a little instruction sheet here. Now I chose a mount that did work with some cases, so it does have some additional depth to it. So I'm not sure if I want to put a case or not on the iPhone 5. I typically don't, but honestly this back scares the crap out of me. It's delicate. Now I take really, really good care of my stuff. My iPhone 4 is absolutely spotless. Never had any issues with it, and I've never had a case on it. But this is aluminum, it's not glass. It's not going to wear as well. So I might put a case on it. I might just put a back protector on it. We'll see. Only had it a couple months. So anyway, it just gives you the basics here. Step 1, place the connector of the cable in the hole. Step 2, mount it to the base. Step 3, place the device in the holder. So really simple. A little warranty information on the back. Alright, we're guys, we don't need that. So here we've got the unit itself. More literature. Looks like a little picture step by step. Oh, this is how to put the phone in. Alright, we'll go through that when we're actually ready. And here we've got, what is this? It's like a mini install sheet. Okay, this is a generic install sheet that just, it's like a little mini catalog too. Okay, so yeah, it shows you some examples of what I was talking about earlier. Different positions that you can put stuff in. So here they've got one in the left vent. Here's one up on the A-pillar. Shows a tablet up there. You can mount stuff. Various points of the center dash near vents and the dashboard itself. Down here by the side, that's where I have mine mounted. Down here by the shift gate. Here's behind the headrest. If you have kids, you can mount big tablets back there. All kinds of options. Oh, geez, even more in back. All right, well, you get the idea. You can mount even CBs. I mean, pretty much any device they've got a holder for. They've got hundreds of them. It's ridiculous. So here we've got the mount itself. What else do we have? Oh, yes. Last but not least, we have the power adapter and 4 mounting screws. So we'll need these. Power adapter is nothing more than a cigarette lighter USB connector, and this is for the actual lightning USB cable. So this will just plug in, and it'll replace the dedicated one I had for my iPhone 4 mount. So we'll take this out of the plastic here. We'll need that. And this is made by Belkin. Good quality product there. And we'll need these screws. Gotta rip these out. Okay. Alright. Set these aside. Put these up here. Don't fall down my dash. Well, this is beefy. Feels very thick. Actually has the feel of aluminum, but it's very thick, hard plastic. And we have a nice firm ball joint on the back. Feels just like the TomTom one. That's very good. I hate it when devices have any kind of shake or rattle in it. And these are, they're easy to move, but there's no play in it. So that's perfect. No vibration when you're going down the road. The top on this, with the TomTom, the old unit, the bottom here actually is on a pivot. This is a rubber pad, and you have the dot connector. You drop the phone down, and it's actually on a slight forward angle when it plugs in. And then the whole thing rocks back. And this is a little rolling rubber guide, and it just kind of snaps in. But what they've gone to here, this top piece is on a light spring. It's got some good tension, but it's not hard at all. Let me feel the edge here. Edge is a little rough, actually. It's a little better there after deburring it a bit with my fingernail. That's better. Still worries me a little bit. I like every edge that contacts the phone to be absolutely smooth, especially on this iPhone 5, all the aluminum. And then down here we just have basically a hole, and that is for our lightning connector. So what we'll do is the phone goes up, and you just give it a little pressure to move it up, position it over the lightning connector, and it'll come down into the connector. So it's reverse of the old mount. If we put our lightning cable in here, like it says in step 1, the lightning connectors are... I wonder if I'm going to have to use my actual Apple lightning connector, because this does not fit. Alright, I'm going to go inside, and I'm going to get my actual Apple cable, and see if it fits. Because this actual white shoulder here is too large to go in the hole. And I believe it's just supposed to sit in there flush, kind of stick up like that. Alright, be right back. Okay, so I went in and I got my actual Apple cable. It came with the phone. Let's do a little comparison here. Oh yeah. Day and night. The actual connector that goes into the phone is the same, but the shoulder part is completely different. So, word to the wise. In this case, you cannot use third-party cables with your mount. So this should snap right in. There we are. Push it all the way forward. Bam, perfect. And that clipped right in. It's got a little tiny black clip here that just goes over the lip of the cable. Easily removable. Not a big deal to me at all. I'll just use this one in the house since it makes absolutely no difference. Just laying on the desk charging what this is like. So that's cool. Now this is essentially ready to mount. We're going to go ahead and swap it out for the TomTom unit. So to mount our device to the actual vehicle mount, all we have to do is take out this center screw, and this will take off the base plate and allow us to easily attach things. This is all going into plastic, so I would recommend that you use a manual screwdriver rather than something power. I'm going to just line up our screw holes here. And there we have base plate attached. Now we're just going to put the actual device holder in. And this is just attaching that ball joint I was talking about. A little snug there, good. Beautiful. Just like the TomTom. Nice and secure. Alright, so now all we have to do is route our cable. I'll tie this up a little bit later. Nice there. This end into Belkin power adapter. And it looks like a little power light. I don't want to see that, so I'm going to route that to the back. Tie that up in a bit. Alright, now let's see how the phone mounts. Put it in the top, push up a little bit. down, bam. Looks like it's hitting. Okay, you got to be careful in this mount. There is some side-to-side play. That's to allow for usage of cases, but it's still secure. It's not going to wiggle around at all. It's secure in the actual mount, but it does give you some gap here on the sides. So it's only contacting by the dock and the top little finger. But you got to be careful when you put it in, not that your power button. I wasn't used to that because in the iPhone 4 there is absolutely no wiggle play, and the rollers just missed the power button, so I didn't need to be careful. But no, that's beautiful. That is a great mount. I'll tie that up out of the way, and that's done. Very cool. All right, now let's take a look at doing this from scratch. It's basically the same thing with just the addition of choosing your mount for the vehicle. All right, cool. One down, one to go. So this is a 2013 Kia Soul. This is my wife's vehicle. And like pretty much any other vehicle out there, they have multiple mounts available. Now I know that I wanted a dashboard mount for this one. Not down here on the side. She likes things mounted up on top. And they actually had two choices available for this vehicle. One was on the A-pillar, and that would be just to the left of the steering wheel. The reason I didn't choose that one is because in this particular vehicle, the A-pillar is an airbag. So I don't want anything attached to that and becoming a projectile. So what I chose is this mount here, and I've already got it placed in the proper position. And basically, it clips between the defroster vent and the front edge of the right driver's vent. On the underside are little 3M double-sided tape pads, and they give you an alcohol wipe pad to clean off the dashboard at those mount points. And that's as simple as it is to attach any of the ProClip stuff to your vehicle. Obviously, it's not permanent. You're not drilling or screwing anything into your vehicles. Everything attaches via adhesive pads. So very easy to take off if you sell your car and you want to. So I'm going to go ahead now and wipe down the little points. I'm choosing not to do one of them. They do give you an adhesive pad way down in the finger there. You might be able to see it. It's yellow, and that's actually in the vent. That, I think, would be a little too difficult to remove if I ever needed to, and there is enough tension on this where it's not going to rattle at all. So I'm going to do the two, one right here in this little ridge. It's very important to use the alcohol so this adhesive has a really good place to mount. And then right under the clip here, right at the top of the vent, is the second one. If you put any kind of armor all on your dash or had your car detailed, she gets hers detailed at the dealer regularly. So this has been wiped down with products. You need to remove any kind of oils, greases, waxes, polishes, anything like that, because the adhesive won't stick very well. So we'll just give that a moment here to dry. Goes very quickly. Alright, now we can remove the tape from the underside of the adhesive tape. A little tough without thumbnail. There we go. There's one. Come on. Of course, this would be a lot easier to do if you did it before you placed the device like I did too. Not a big deal. I just don't have any nails to catch the tape. Because I'm a guy. Almost got it. There we go. Alright. Get that into position. And all you do is you pull forward and you tilt this up a little bit. There's a lip. and that's going to catch right here on the lip of the vent. That's going to go very snug, and then the adhesive is going to set. Once you catch it, press it down. Bam. Rock solid, just like the dashboard. And very simple to get off. If you want to take it off, you just tilt this back a bit, unhook the front catch, carefully lift it up and remove the adhesive. Rock solid. Great. Alright, now we have our basically universal mounting bracket here ready. And I'm going to go ahead and put on the iPhone 5 mount. She's got the same phone I do. And this goes on the exact same way as the one I just showed you. Take it off the ball mount. There we go. Now we've got holes lined up. Put in our screws. And just a word of caution, this right here, putting the screw in, is what makes the product non-returnable should you change your mind. So this is a point of no return. But I know I love it. Been using them for a long time. And I will continue to do so. There's one. 2. I'm putting these in just too snug because it is going into plastic. This only takes probably about 10 inch-pound of pressure. You can very easily strip these even by hand. So you just go to snug and it is in there. That's as tight as plastic gets. So now we put our mount back into the ball joint. This ball joint mount, by the way, is brass, so it takes more pressure. Obviously the whole thing is rotating on it, so it needs to be sturdy. So what's important is metal. Just like the other one, this edge here is pretty rough. Scrape that off. Definitely check every edge out when you buy a case or a mount or anything that's touching your phone or device. Make sure it's all deburred. Could definitely do a better job on this. It's a real rough edge. Alright, that's a little better. I'm probably going to come back and do a light sanding on this. I'm not real comfortable with the way that feels. Now we've got the original, learn that lesson, Apple Lightning connector. This should pop right in. Get it right. There we go. Slides in and clips into place. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, line it up. Good, directly with the driver. And I'm going to go ahead and... Now she already has a Bluetooth power adapter here. I don't know if she's going to use this other one or not. She doesn't actually have to. So I'll just keep that aside and I'll tie this wire up, make it look a little prettier. Put it down into the seam here, you know, anywhere out of the way. Oh, this looks pretty good. Probably go right in here. Yeah. Alright, I'll take care of that later. Plenty of room, plenty of slack. Let's see how the phone looks in the mount. Top spring, push it up, watch the power button, into the dock, bada bing, bada boom. Alright, well I see an advantage to the Belkin, actually it's probably her car. On mine, my power adapter, my power plug is always powered, and on hers it's not. Nice and solid. Cool, alright, I'm happy. So there you go. There's how to mount a actual vehicle mount into your vehicle for the ProClip system, and how to swap out a mount for another one when you upgrade or add devices. Like I said, you can add multiple devices. You can put another one here. Maybe you've got a second phone. Maybe you have a dedicated GPS. You want to put a tablet in here. They've got mounts that can go down here. other dashboard mounts, back of the headrest, all kinds of stuff. You can go crazy. But for me, I just need one good phone mount, something to do email, wireless, or speakerphone. There we go. I can speak. Navigation, of course, that's key. If she wants, you can turn it sideways. This way works a lot better. Don't hit the power button. I have to say this universal mount is not as easy to pivot whatsoever as the TomTom. The TomTom, aside from the ball joint, had a ratcheting pivot. So you set it where you wanted it as far as angle, and then the swing, the rotation, was independent. So that was a lot nicer for rotating side to side. But I have found that even for navigation, I prefer portrait mode for absolutely everything in the car. So that is not a big deal. I thought it would be a big deal when I bought the TomTom. That was one of the big draws to the unit, but I never actually ended up using it. Navigation is a lot easier to use in portrait mode. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, stuff, and we'll see you next time.